Hi. Basically, a load of farmers are down protesting against the budget proposals of farms not being passed down to family that are over a certain amount of money. So unless the government get their nice little cash grab on it, I mean, the fact is, Starmer doesn't care about farmers at all. He just doesn't care about British people or farmers. To tell you the truth, he's nothing more than a WEF puppet who just basically wants to basically toe the WEF line. No care about the British public, no care about British farmers, no care about where food comes from. And I think a lot of people probably think that the food comes from just drops off trees, doesn't it? Milk comes from trees, cheese comes from trees, everything comes from trees apparently. Unless if the government don't decide to cut them all down so they can put their new wind farm project on. And it's obvious basically that the countryside really has just basically lost complete faith in the government as well. They've lost trust. That's another electorate that's not going to be voting Labour next year, next election even. And also not only that, the government just really don't care, do they? They're not interested. I mean, they lock people up for. I mean, this is a government that also locks people up for Facebook posts. Another guy got jailed today. Absolutely ridiculous. You can go out and commit crime, but if you post something on Facebook, you end up going to jail, or Twitter or wherever. You end up in jail. It's absolutely sickening. It's absolutely disgraceful the way that Labour government treat everyone. And I just hope that the next election they just absolutely trounced. And there's hardly any Labour MPs left. Well, ideally there'll be no Labour MPs left really. Or they just get completely wiped out in the next election. And hopefully a load of Reform UK MPs are in charge and running the show. And the fact that Jeremy Clarkson, Nigel Farage, and the like are supporting them, and quite right and rightly so. I mean, for Clarkson runs his own farm, so he obviously sees what the hard, he's obviously got first-hand experience of the hard work that the farmers put in. Well, obviously something that Keir Starmer clearly doesn't have, nor Rachel Reeves or Thieves or however you want to pronounce the name, or David Lammy. I'd love to see them three work on a farm. I really would. They'd be absolutely clueless. Although maybe it might wake them up, or mind you, might continue their ignorance. But the fact is, Rachel Reeves' absolute effrontery to turn around and say they should be funding the NHS. Oh, right, okay. So, funding all of the NHS's vanity projects, like having diversity champions, for example, overpaid management when it should be senior doctors and nurses running hospitals, and also giving free healthcare to immigrants and people coming into the country, when it should be compulsory health insurance or no treatment at all. That's why the NHS is in the financial shit that it's in, not because of farmers. That's absolute bull. And Rachel Reeves, I think, should resign for that, because that is absolutely disgusting, and I'm absolutely fuming over that. I'm really am furious over that with her. But I'm furious with the Labour government anyway. So obviously a bit more fury isn't gonna make a difference. But it's absolutely disgusting, and I just hope this is the beginning of the end of the Labour Party, really. Anyway, goodbye.